Glasgow is more about a certain feeling and not, you know, not about really names. I mean, of course there are big names there as well, but you have a chance to establish something without having big names. And Glasgow, like I said before, is open-minded, and so you can see artists there that normally wouldn't be able to come to a city like Glasgow. And in Frankfurt it was always about big names. You know, I had some DJ friends in Germany. And that guy, actually, I worked with him together. He's a good friend of mine still. Carsten, if you see this. And well, he showed me how to DJ actually, and I got into the electronic music more seriously when I heard, you know, like Jeff Mills back in, I don't know, 94, 95, something like that. And it was like a virus actually. It affected me totally and fascinated me until today. And after some years of DJing and meeting a lot of artists like Shake or Oliver Cup, people like him, Fabrice Leak, I realized I would actually like to do that myself. And I was thinking, well, maybe I can do it, you know. And so I started to work with a shitty computer and some tracker programs and samples and stuff like that, and it was really awful, to be honest with you. It's terrible. I'm happy nobody ever heard that stuff. And I was sending out, you know, like everybody does, my demos, thinking, oh well, this is wonderful music, everybody has to hear that. And one label from Frankfurt, Propaganda, well, they got in touch with me back then and told me, look, it's not bad what you're doing, but you really have to invest in some gear, because this is sounding shit. And back then I was like, okay, well, probably they have a point there. So I started to buy gear and experimented more with that. Back in 2001, I think, it was the first record on Propaganda came out, and that was a milestone for me, obviously. And since then, I always worked on music, never really had a break. That project is basically, yeah, more experimental, kind of. And when Kenneth from Echocord approached me and asked me about, yeah, more dub-orientated stuff, I was like, well, yeah, wow, that's a good idea actually. I never was doing really dub-orientated music before, because I thought, well, there's so much stuff out there already, and I mean, Basic Channel and Chain Reaction, they all said everything normally, but I was thinking, well, maybe you should give it a try and, you know, like melt a little bit that more experimental edge of that stuff and bring in some dub influence. And basically I was just, yeah, curious what will happen. So I gave it a shot, and actually I think it was pretty interesting. You know, I hope I can say that there's a little bit of a personal note in that music. It's not the easiest one, it's not, mostly it's not for the floor stuff really, it's a little bit more tracky, you know what I mean? But I enjoyed it that much that it actually took off a little bit. Well, now we have this album, which I'm really happy about, and I enjoy that. No, Culture Dox is I love Culture Dox, really seriously. I don't tell you that because I'm sitting in Culture Dox now, but it's cool. It's, you know, it has the right size, it has the right atmosphere. I always had a really good time here. People are really nice. Yeah, it's just great. You know, I love to come here. And tonight is the first time I actually play live here. And it's actually the very first live set of Onmutu Mechanicks. sometimes due to business, let's say business, you have to finish a record, for example, or you have to finish a remix. Then you have a certain plan in the studio. You're like, okay, I have to obviously do stuff that is going into that direction. But when I'm doing music simply for the joy of it, which is unfortunately not often enough anymore, to be honest with you, I just try to get into that zone, you know, like into, it's a little bit silly to say that, but into that space and just float, you know, like only feel it. And when I'm able to do that, it's wonderful actually, because then there's coming out what really is inside me. And I think music should be a really personal thing. You know, it should be about you, no matter what your listeners expect from you. A lot of people these days, I think, are trying to produce for a certain group of people. It's wrong. Just do what you feel, and what will come out there, that will be always good. No matter if anybody buys it, no matter if anybody listens to it, it will be good because it's yours. It can't be bad, you know. I think there's no bad music out there. It's only music that you like or not like, but it's not really bad in the pure sense of the word. So when I'm doing music, I really try to pour my heart out. That's basically it. I want to feel something when it's created. And so you can't really have a plan. I don't know how I will be tomorrow, so I have no clue what my mood will be tomorrow. Maybe I'm doing some ambient stuff, or which I actually do a lot in the last time. I really love that. Or it could be really weird, experimental, or yeah, maybe I'm in a techno mood, you know. So the only thing I'm pretty sure will never happen is that I will do a really minimal track, like in, you know, what is famous today, or like a really banging hard techno loop track. That's probably not going to happen. The other thing which is really important, I think, as a producer, you should be open-minded a lot. You know, I'm not listening to only techno or electronic music. It's a lot more. There's so much out there, you know. The old label was doing okay. It was doing pretty okay, I have to say. I had a good reputation and all that, but I don't know. It got to a point where it was more business than, you know, only passion. I did the whole label thing because I wanted to release music, because I liked that music and nobody else did release it. So I lost that throughout the years because it became too big and I had to take care of numbers and figures and sales figures, and I wasn't too happy with distribution at that time as well. It didn't work out like I would love to have it, and I also had to do this digital thing which annoyed me, and you know, it was like a compromise. I only did it because actually somebody told me, well, you have to do it because otherwise you can't really get in the money, which is true. But it annoyed me to a point where I said, no, can't go on this way. And so I decided to stop it after my last album thing. And I was thinking a little bit about what can I change, what do I have to do to keep my independence, you know. So how can I figure out not to lose money, but to keep the costs on, all that stuff. I don't earn any fucking money with that label. Trust me, it's not about that. But I can cover the production costs, and then I'm happy. You know, that's all I want. I have a daytime job. I don't need money for music. It's not important for me. And the way I like Diametric set up, it's actually able to actually break even. And of course I still have to sell those 300 limited records, but it's not that stressful anymore because I know, okay, I have to reach that 300 and then that's it, you know, no thoughts about that anymore after that. And well, if it's only selling 250 or 200, okay, go on. I don't lose a lot of money then, you know, but I still have the passion to do it. And I mean, when you look at the records, it's basically almost everything is done handmade. I mean, obviously I can't press the vinyl myself, it would be good, but I can't. But you know, the sleeve, the artwork, it's all done by myself. It's all, you know, it's like pictures I take and I work on that artwork stuff, and the records are hand numbered. I mean, ask my wife, she's sitting with me in the living room, like with every release, oh, the next one, oh, you know. So, but it's about passion, and I love it. That's the whole thing. I love to carry records up 3 floors and number them. That's what it should be about, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. So that is the reason why I set up the new label. Water of Life.